it going, guys? I am going to quickly go over the recent patch notes. As you can see, these are the patch notes from September 16th. Apparently ZEUS is reworked and some other stuff. I haven't read them yet. This will be my first reaction to them, so you can kind of get a sense of what I'm thinking, I guess, at the same time. So we'll go ahead and jump right into it. I'll kind of scan over everything. Anything that doesn't matter, we'll just move on, you know. So there's two new skins. Apparently this Pooch skin is pretty awesome, and you get a UFO award with it. So I'm probably going to buy it, even though I never play Pooch, and that's just because I want to. New skin for Kepri, some emotes, avatars, the new ward. God cards are updated, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we get into the big changes. Right here, we'll start with Blink. So Blink's cooldown has been increased from 90 seconds to 150 seconds. I'm guessing that's at base. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So Blink 1 has an increased cooldown of, wow, 60 more seconds. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of a big change. You're gonna have to upgrade this. You're gonna have to upgrade this early for it to like be continuous for every gank you need it for. Now triggers cooldown timer upon taking damage, so it's more clear when it's available. So I guess if you don't take damage, you aren't put in combat. I'm assuming that's what that means. Improved Blink, I guess that's rank 2. The cooldown is 110 seconds now. Out of combat requires 5 seconds. That's pretty good changes. Greater Blink, this is max rank Blink. 70-second cooldown. You don't get the movement speed. Time out of combat increased from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. So this is going to make the item not picked up by every single person, because that 45-second cooldown, you could basically blink in, start a fight, and if the fight was extended and you were running around, whatever, you can usually get it to like use it to get out again, which is crazy. Like that should not happen. So I personally think this is going to be a big change. I don't think you're going to see Blink gone, like Circuit and a Wheelie, stuff like that. You're still going to buy Blink. I think you're going to get Blink 3 as soon as possible. If you're getting Blink on a god, you need Blink 3 early, or at least Blink 2 really early, which is a nice change. The out of combat thing is also going to be very, I guess, a very good nerf. It's going to be annoying. So if you're trying like to go from what it was before to this, that 2 seconds is a long time. Like in game time, that's a long time. So we have a Deathbringer nerf. Reduced critical strike damage is increased. Wait. Oh, instead of 50%, it's 40%. So your crits are going to do 40% more damage, or hit 40% harder, instead of 50% harder. That's, meh, whatever. Little change, nothing too crazy, you know. So now we have Athena, that's a little change, nothing, just whatever. Gold Fury killing it. Bacchus. Belch now pushes back minions while firing. Okay. I don't play Bacchus that much, but as a team, like AFK, we do like using Bacchus. His biggest downside is his lane clear is garbage. So him being able to group up creeps might make a big change, might like push him into a top guardian slot, but I can't guarantee that right now. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to test him out. He's probably going to be a really, really good support now. He's probably going to have a way better laning phase, but I don't know if we're talking like still getting out pushed every wave and just having a little bit of help, that little bit of difference, or if it's going to be like, okay, he's awesome now, he's going to help clear every lane and make the lane completely different. We'll have to wait and see. I will be on PTS tonight to see how stuff goes. We got Guan Yu, little update, nothing too crazy. Kepri, Scarab's Blessing, executes are no longer blocked by this ability. So his ult no longer stops execute. So if someone is at 1 HP and he ults them and they die to the execute ability of a Thanatos or Ao Kuang, then they're dead. That's a nice change to him. I think they need to nerf one more thing. They need to nerf his protections that he gives his teammates, but that kind of gives a little bit of a counterplay to his ult. You know, like now you see a Kepri, you can pick Thanatos, you can pick Ao Kuang, whatever. Meath, little updates, nothing. Poseidon, improved coloring. Nothing here. Vimana. Now it's a passive meter. Okay, so we got some Xing 10 changes. We have Furious Roar, dot duration, decreased dot duration to 1 second up to 3. That's pretty good. It's nothing too wild. It's the kind of a nerf he needed. The god is really just does too much damage right now. They decrease the dot damage from 2.5 every 0.5 seconds to 4% every second. So now he's going to do what? He's going to do 4% health at rank 1, 8% health at rank 2, and then rank 3 you'll have 12%. That's a lot of damage still, because it does have a base damage on it. It's still hitting for like 300 at max rank, plus 12% of someone's life. That maybe even hit, it might even be hitting harder than that, I'm not even sure, but that's going to be really, really strong. It probably is hitting harder than 300. It's probably like 500 plus 12% of someone's life. So those nerfs are kind of warranted. The god is way too strong as is. He does too much damage. His early game is not that great, but once you get past that, he just skyrockets. So Whirlwind of Rage and Steel. Targets are now immune to crowd control while grabbed. Increased warm-up time from 0.6 seconds to 0.75 seconds. Decreased damage from 50 whatever. Whoa, that's a huge nerf. Now does increased damage for each okay. Okay, so we'll jump back to the beginning. So now when you're being spun around in his ult, you can't like get Kumba mezzed or Herc stunned during it or whatever. Which is more so not really like helping the person getting hit. Like if I'm in his ult getting wrecked, it's not really helping me. It's kind of helping the other team make it so nothing gets like messed up while he's doing the ult, I guess. So the warm-up time is 0.6 seconds to 0.75 seconds. So if you blink in on him right now and you start to ult, the other person has 0.6 seconds to dash out before he gets picked up or touched by you. That's a long time. So adding more time to it is really going to add a lot of counterplay to that ult. You're going to have to know exactly how and who you're ulting on Xing 10 all the time now, or you're just going to get wrecked. Like, you're just going to waste your ult so much. Now damage was decreased from a flat base damage, which was 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, to 15 for each spin. So 15, and then it's times 2, 25, it'll be whatever for each hit. So that's going to be interesting, because that means like a lot of the time you could spin and miss somebody and be moving during your spin, and then pick someone up right at the end, right before you toss, so you could grab them and toss right away, and they would still take full damage, even though they weren't in your ult the whole time, which is kind of crazy. So this change is going to help those people who get scooped up after or whatever. It's also going to, it looks like it's just going to be weaker damage early, more than likely. Not really sure, I don't feel like doing all the math. So those nerfs might affect him a lot, but as of right now I think he'll still be pretty good. I don't think he'll be as OP. I honestly don't. I think these changes are going to knock him down to around average or good status. Now we're into ZEUS. This will be the last patch notes for this whole thing. Let's go ahead and move this up. So we have ZEUS. It looks like they reworked his whole kit. Alright, so this just talks about his old kit. So now Chain Lightning, decreased bounce delay from 0.4 to 0.2 seconds. So that means it's going to bounce back and forth really, really, really quick, and it's going to be hard to spread out during that ability. They reduced the damage from 45 to 40 and increased the cooldown. Okay, and now applies a 30% slow to targets for 2. Oh my gosh. I was about to say they did nothing but nerf this, and there's a slow to your 1. This is going to be awesome. That is going to be crazy. His chain lightning is going to be very, very strong just for being able to wail on somebody, and even more than one person. It's gonna, like, I'm guessing the bounce will still slow, so you could slow like 4 people. That's crazy. So new Aegis Assault. ZEUS throws his shield forward, dealing damage. That's awesome. That's pretty high with 50% scaling. That's not bad. As damage to nearby enemies and applying a charge. The shield remains for 3 seconds, and ZEUS may hit it with basic attacks or chain lightning to deal an additional 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 basic attack damage, and applying a charge to all nearby enemies. That's weird. So he can throw his shield forward. It does damage to people. The shield remains there for 3 seconds, and you can attack it and do extra damage to nearby enemies. That will be crazy counterplay. So if you have some kind of lockdown on your team, or you just position that well, you can do a lot of damage. That's gonna be a lot of learning how to position it, how to use it, I think. Alright, detonate charge no longer slows if you have 3 stacks, so it's just a ton of damage now. They removed the slow, they added the slow to chain lightning. That's really, really good, because this is a guaranteed slow if you hit your 1. This you have to get 3 stacks up, and it takes forever. ZEUS is no longer rooted while casting the ability. That adds to Zeus's mobility. I think this kit could be very, very strong. I think this shield play, I think whoever learns how to use this right here, whoever learns how to use this shield properly is going to be your best Zeus player for a while until other people catch up. The one change is awesome. This change is interesting. I don't fully understand it. I'm going to have to see it in works. Detonate charge, obviously they had to take the slow off. It's still the same ability. And then being able to move while casting your ult could be really big. You could throw your ult while running away and just rail people who are chasing you down. That's going to be sick. I will be playing on the PTS tonight if it's up. If it's not up tonight, I will be playing on it tomorrow before I leave for California. So I will definitely be taking Zeus into the jungle. We'll see what he can do there. We will mess around with Xing 10, see how hard the nerf really is, and we'll just go from that. I hope me going over this kind of made you understand a little bit better or let you get the insight of what I think these changes are going to do. The blink change is going to be the biggest, I mean, besides when Zeus comes out. This is going to be the biggest change of the patch. We're going to see a little bit less of the blink on every god and probably one, maybe two, probably 2 blinks per team now. Maybe 3, but probably 2 instead of 4, which is a little ridiculous. Anyway, I hope this video helped you guys. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, comment below, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys on stream tonight.